Had a lot of starting issues with this truck. It would sometimes turn over, sometimes it wouldn't. The people before me replaced the WIN, basically the wireless module, replaced the keys, things like that. They replaced the starter, did some relays, things like that. They couldn't figure it out. So I get it, and I started doing some troubleshooting. I hooked a computer up to it, and no issues with anything on the computer side of it. So I started digging deeper into the starter itself, like why isn't it even cranking? Is it even getting power? That's why I first started noticing the issues. Basically, my troubleshooting thoughts were get down there and see if the starter is getting power to the solenoid that's on it. Not the main power, but the solenoid that tells it to turn over. And I was getting about 8 volts. And then when it was unplugged, I was getting about 12 volts. So that immediately tells me when that line is loaded, it can't hold the voltage. It could be a few different issues. So I come back up to the relay side of things, and I start trying to hotwire it, basically. So I was doing a drop test from the relay, and it was still showing the voltage drop on there. Basically, I had the connector on the starter unplugged, and then I had back probed the relay that feeds that connector, and both of them are unplugged. And basically, I was doing an ohms test, so I could, and then when I hit that probe right here and then down there, I'd get the 0 ohms telling me I was on the right wire. From there, I started unplugging these to tell me which connector that was running to. I finally got to this one. So then that ohms test went from 0 to overload, meaning I no longer had it. I started back probing these, and I found this one, which goes to this big, one of these goes to this big yellow wire right here. And then I realized this is a giant yellow wire. That wire down there is a small white wire. So if I ran a wire, then I may be bypassing some things that I wouldn't want to bypass. So my only other option here is to start backtracking it and figuring out where that splice is to see what the issue is. So started backtracking it. I pulled it up here. For some reason, some people did a lot of stuff to this truck. This one went into 2 wires, backtracked it here, and immediately I found an issue. I'm not even sure. I haven't dug into this yet. It looks melted. So we're going to see what's going on with this. So what I'm going to do here is just slightly cut into this tape, just like so, making sure not to actually cut the wires. Very lightly is enough. Once you start getting it going, it will go by itself. So this yellow wire is coming from this connector, which is coming from the fuse box. This yellow wire was spliced into this wire, these 2 wires, this big thick wire and these 2 small wires. You splice both of them. The splice comes over here into this and then back out through the whatever these are, and then back into the yellow one. And they burnt up because these wires are super thin. This wire is not that thin. Even though you put both of them on there, this is what is going to happen when you do that. That's why you use the right gauge of wire. Interesting. So I fixed this with splicing the wire back into itself, obviously. And then by using these little things where you can put them on the wire and then burn them. Melt a little solder in the middle. Oops. Melt a little solder, it melts the solder, and then it melts these to keep it waterproof as well. And now every time, no issues. Woo!